All right. Well, it's obvious I haven't reprogrammed in since we did the big reset, I Want to Ride My Bicycle song, but this is Full Spectrum Cycling, show number 334.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's like part of Alabama.
Well, 333 was part deux.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was kind of like the skip of the record on that one.
I still have the other one in the can, so we can probably get that one out at some point.
Where Alexander the Great crossed the Hellespont to invade the Persian Empire.
It's not this year.
In 334?
It happened a while ago.
334.
AD?
Before Cristo.
No, okay.
I guess.
All right, well. Always good for a history lesson with JK, folks.
On the fly.
You know, I don't know. We've been doing this monthly now, and every single time I forget how to do anything. Yeah. It's like, you know, if you don't do it weekly, I guess.
The muscle memory's gone.
You just forget shit. Yeah. You could put that. There you go. Now my muscle remembers what you sound like.
Use your words, Tony. Use your words.
Excellent. Holy hell, is it hot out?
It is.
It was 96 degrees in the shade. Actually,
real hot.
Oh, I looked at the thing in the van, and it said 96 degrees, and it was in the shade. So
nice.
The song came to life.
You should have taken a picture of that.
I did take a picture.
I guess before we get too far along, we should say who's up in here. Charlie Brown over there.
Mon Dieu, France lost today.
Oh no. We'll get to France in a little bit. Mr. Tony, can I pet your dog? Burger over there. Corey Baumann's made a return appearance here.
Hello.
River West 24 checkpoint manager. Is that the correct title these days?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with bonus manager.
Close enough for government work.
Yeah. Thanks for having me back.
Right on. I'm Sven, and this is Full Spectrum Cycling. You may have heard about us, hopefully at some point or something. So speaking of the heat, I've been watching the Tour de France. Any of you guys watching Tour de France?
It's hot.
It was, okay, so yesterday I saw a hundo on my thermometer in my vehicle. They are riding 120 miles at 40 degrees C, which is 100 degrees, basically.
Yeah.
And also climbing 14,000 feet. I can't even believe humans can live through that.
Right. Or survive
There's
after doing it.
Yeah, or survive
after doing such.
No, it's just, and that's 5 hours plus on the bike and going,
well, that's how I
30
feel
mile
kind of
an hour or close to 30 mile an hour average for 120 miles.
On the
that's
lower,
just completely insane.
Yeah, on the local field of that, it's like, oh no, as long as I'm on the bike and just slightly achieving the goal of getting to where I need to, I'm not that bad. It's as soon as I stop, everything's going to go to hell.
Yeah, that's when you turn bright red. And
yeah,
that's when you need pickle juice.
Ah, yes. No, I don't need it anymore. I'll take pickle juice anytime.
Oh man, such a great thing for big races.
Oh man, dude, yeah. That's how I intimidated kids in high school tennis. Everyone had their Gatorade, but I had a jar of pickles, and I would just slam the pickles. So it was mentally getting in people's heads too, which is fun.
That rules.
I know what that was. Like, what's that guy doing?
He's just slugging pickle juice.
He's smart.
So we'll clear this crap out of here. So last time when JK and I did the thing with Alroy, because we had a little technical difficulty last time, only those 4 little figure things were the only thing I'd 3D printed. So now it's been pretty close to a month, maybe a little less than a month. Man, that thing's been running pretty often.
Every time I come to the shop, it's running.
Originally I was just figuring out, like, what should I make? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. Those hooky things, those are pretty cool. That's for like...
These are cool.
For like hanging a wheel. And whoever designed it was smart, and it can hold like 25 pounds. That's nice. Sweet.
So the Lionel Richie is still not there?
It's in the queue.
Okay, all right.
I was trying to burn...
make sure.
Okay, I was trying to burn through all that gray stuff. So these are things where you get your little scale rock crawler out and you crawl all over. And that's what that thing is.
It's got a good density to it, too.
Yeah, and you got to see...
I thought they were the hills of Navarone.
See when it's printing, there's these, like, a bunch of little tiny triangles inside there. So it's hollow, but...
Yeah.
go into business with Adventure Rock.
Do you print little hooks then, too, that can mount the two together?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
There's some back there.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
you can see how that works.
That's badass.
Corey, you can give me those hooks. So we're just going to clear some of this shit out of here. So we don't have in case Michael spills a beer again this week.
Yeah, you need
I
your valve
selectively
covers.
decided to forget that part of our program. I'll remember I remember the good parts.
I'd just like to say, I'm on a boat, motherfucker.
Yeah, everybody. That's the first thing you print when you get a printer. It's a benchy. That's what everybody does.
Orca.
Boaty make boat.
Okay, so
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Even though I'm making things that are useful, that's for just scraping your shit off the printer bed.
Yeah, or your pipe.
This thing is really cool because it's a thing.
It's tool holder
that has a deal to put magnets in. So you just pop those out, put magnets in, and now all these are magnetized.
Looks like an ice cube tray.
Oh, nice.
What people think of to print, and you go like, well, that's for all my small nuts and bolts for the RC hobby. It's like perfect.
I'm kind of depressed you didn't have that 3D printed bike I sent you yesterday.
Well, I got to figure out how to make a 3D printed like replacement dropout for our growlers.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think plastic would work, but maybe high end, some kind of carbon impregnated plastic or some shit.
Right.
Or they can do it out of metal now, of course. But really, the reason of the 3D printing is because of those fatbike.com. Pull one of those off there, Tony. Those are valve stem caps that our friends at Wonder Caps, Kobe and his buddy Sam,
these are cool.
made those for us.
Neighbor Kobe.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty clever thing. They're doing quite a few bigger runs for, like, I think Chris's Slow Roll, which, by the way, is coming up September 20th.
Yeah.
Chris Kegel's Slow Roll. As, like, I don't know if they're going to tchotchkes and give them away, what they're going to do with them.
Right.
But speaking of giving them away, I'm going to give a pair of those to the first fat biker that sends me a note to info@fat-bike.com. I'll send you a pair of those to test them out just because I want to see how they work. I haven't actually even put one on a bike yet. So, but apparently they've gone through several iterations.
So
it works on
Presta.
info at not you fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to order a fat bike right now. As soon as I get the invoice, I'm going to send you an email.
Yeah, probably a good call. But anyway, yeah, I think they did a good job. Originally, they were
cool.
The original ones were like this big around. They were super humongous and like maybe just a little smaller.
That in there.
A little smaller, but they do a good job. They are using some higher end filaments, so they're nice and shiny and stuff. And I don't know, he made that fancy holder, and so I like it. And we will also, with the Fat Bike Lab, if you're a member of the lab, I'll be working on some other stuff. If you're not a member of the lab yet, you should probably check it out.
Remember the lab.
I think it's skool.com/fatbikers, something like that. I don't remember what it is, but it's something of that nature. You can find it. It's our community. It's what we're doing instead of spending all our time on a website. We're spending all our time
riding bikes,
doing community stuff with people who are actually into what we're doing. That's what that's all about.
Yeah.
Fat Tire Tour Milwaukee happened.
Skipped it.
If I'm not mistaken,
That was good.
Fat Tire Tour Green Bay is coming up. If you missed the Milwaukee one, yes, August 15th is the other one up there in Green Bay.
It had it had danger in it.
Well, I didn't get there until a little later. I got there at the Puddler Hall stop.
No, they had a contest with a bullwhip. So I mean, man, if you've ever cracked a whip,
You cracked yourself in the head with a whip.
I mean, there's a reason that it was an Indiana Jones themed ride, and there's a reason why he's got the scar. That if you saw the third movie,
He whipped it?
Yeah, he went got right on the chin.
Cat of Nine Tails or some such.
Unless he whipped it.
But I was kind of surprised that occurred. I wanted to try, but then I thought
Maybe
better
not.
of myself. Yeah, it was third stop.
I remember
and I was a little tired and affected at that point.
I remember in Port Washington, we were brave enough to let the trials rider damn near take your nuts off.
Oh yeah, he's quite a skilled
was
individual.
Smagey doing little bunny hops.
I got a great video of that.
An inch from the groin. Yeah, that was well, yeah, Zito just threw me in like, hey, we need a volunteer.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
say
Boom, and he just flew it.
Yeah, don't say it another time. All right, Corey. What's going on with Corey? Corey got a new car because his other car got smashed up.
Yeah, I got T-boned the second to last day of school. That was fun.
Wow. What a drag.
Yeah. So I got a car.
So what happens in what happens in a T-bone with a Prius with batteries in it? Do they just nothing?
It just burst into flames, yet he's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No flames, I assume.
I was leaving school. I had a green light. A lady had a red, and she saw the next light ahead, which was green. And so it was a short block or whatever, and there's 2 sets of stoplights.
I'm not saying that I've never done that, but I've never done that when another car was not, was there. So it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, you were the unlucky recipient of a smashing of the vehicle. Then.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Everything's good. Slight shoulder soreness, whatever. That's pretty much gone.
Doesn't affect your drum in hand.
No, I've played like 3 shows since.
That's key.
I really wanted to go to the Heap Fest or the Heap.
The Heap show was super
Heap
fun.
House show.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
I'm dealing with that neighborhood right now, and I do not.
I heard you're looking for a house in the Great North suburbs.
I have.
You can join us up there. Michael's a northern suburban resident too.
I thought you were going to go like.
I got one neighbor, and now Diaspora and Timbuktu throw these parties that are. Well, actually, I should not say that. Diaspora so far has been great.
The old company.
Yeah, the old company. Timbuktu is just pardon my French, but a fuck show.
Yeah.
The building is owned and the business is owned by a judge's husband.
Oh, I thought it was a cop that owned it.
Diaspora, I think,
okay.
at one point
they may have
had
some
a
police
potential
presence.
Yeah.
But so they get away with absolutely everything. I can't tell you how many people have been peeing in my yard who have been...
Besides Daniel.
And me.
And me.
I mean, I like to be outside.
The people's holiday is coming
next
up.
to
And
my car.
Where is Mike Maccabee? By the way, he's coming for the River West 24.
It's
Right
just
on.
like, there's so much... I'm so tired of the bullshit. I'm like... When we had someone, like a 10-year-old kid try to steal my bike the other day, Molly was like, maybe we should consider going somewhere else. So, yes, I am looking at a house in Glendale.
Well, the other thing about up there
all the
is,
way. That's what.
I know, it's all the way in Glendale.
Well, yeah.
Glendale's
When
nice.
Carlos,
Ride on
remember
my
when
bike to
Carlos
work.
moved from River West to Glendale?
like
and he's like,
4 miles away.
when I moved away,
But I have to
I'm
tell
not
you-
sure if I can make it to the thing. And I was like, oh, dude, where did you move to? And he's like, Glendale. I'm like, dude, it's
like
not
4
that
miles away.
fucking far away.
it's not very far.
I'm like, I
Carlos
really thought he
is-
was talking like Vilas County
If
or some
Carlos
shit
is
like
listening
that.
to this, his house in Glendale was absolutely stellar.
And his house on Fratney Street sold for a whole bunch of money
And it
recently.
sold twice since.
Wow. That was a nice crib. He had a really cool artist studio in the attic. It was
That
pretty
third
cool.
floor is gorgeous. I had a buyer set up for him during the River West 24. It was, oh God, he's not going to listen to this. Thank God. Who bought my house? Seth. It was Seth. I'm like, Seth, I found you a house. And he sold it over the River West 24 weekend for way too cheap.
Yeah. He was way under 200 when he sold it. Way. Yeah.
Way. I'm like, you are a fool.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care. He's
He
like,
like-
I don't need the money. And,
Yeah, wouldn't you like to be able to say that? I don't need the money.
I'm gonna never be able to say that. But
I don't need the money. Well, look around this dump.
I don't need that money.
If anybody...
That's not a hill I'm going to prepare to die on. Speaking of a hill,
Oh, yeah. Let's...
Well, we're there already.
let me just.
yeah, we're
shove it in
pretty quick. We want to get this show, hopping along.
Well, the hill is where you make it. Doesn't really matter.
JK brought the Leaning Kugel Tropical Hazy IPA today.
Yep.
Do tell.
how is this 7%? It drinks like it's like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's trouble.
Is this
Yeah.
the stuff is this what we had
No,
at Summerfest?
can't be.
No.
Yeah.
it is.
They had these tall boys at Summerfest, like
Yeah, they had
19, the 19 ounce.
It is then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last look, I think it was during Devo.
Yeah, it was.
last year.
It's the only time I went.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
The presence was at Uline and the
This does
Liney.
not
Yeah,
taste
we
like
were at
7%.
Uline, which is
I know, these are pretty good.
So Uline is my daughter. That's her stage. She runs that stage, and Tony and my wife Wendy and I, kind of George Plimpton our way into the pit, and then we discovered that we couldn't really get back out because we didn't actually have any passes to be in the pit. So it's like, how are we going to get beer? Said, hey, can you bring us some passes, please? We need to get out of the pit.
She showed up with passes, so we go to the pit.
And she goes, how'd you get in the pit? I go, well, the guy was dialoguing some woman, so we just waltzed right in there. It's like, it was between sets. Yeah, nobody.
It helps being old men. It does. Like old men are going to bust into the VIP
somewhat
section.
Help, or old women. Well, Wendy's not old. She's, but still a woman. They can get in anywhere, pretty much rock and roll wise, I would imagine. Corey, being a rock star, could probably tell us all about that.
Oh,
you let all the women
the stories I can tell.
Yeah. Thank God we don't have to hear him right now.
Stories from the road. And I got a.
But why is he
I
here?
got a free German Fest ticket.
Why is he here?
I don't know why he's here.
I invited him. That's why he's here.
Well, that's probably why he's here. But
before we talk to Corey, and we will talk to Corey, don't you never mind yourself about talking to Corey. I do want to take a moment, and perhaps a moment of, I'm not sure, silence, maybe drunken silence, to acknowledge Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have brought some damn Jägermeister.
Who had been on our show 44 times by my count that I actually found. And I've got to do a tribute page. I found a bunch of stuff from when we met him over in Michigan, and somehow he expired recently, and I don't know the details, but
yeah,
I do know
young. That's sad.
Yeah, I think he was under 50.
Yeah, strangely enough. I think
or around
at this
50.
point, he was probably about 50, 51, maybe.
Yeah.
50, 55, somewhere there.
Because I know he was right younger than I was.
Yeah.
And that kind of blew my hair back.
You blew you blew right by 50.
Man.
He was a great guest because he was doing the thing out there, riding Heather the tricycle.
He wanted to do.
And I don't know how many he ticked off, 32 maybe state capitals on his Schwinn tricycle, riding approximately 10,000 miles a year on that piece of shit, which I rode.
Yeah.
And I have no idea.
I also rode for like 20 feet and like, fuck that.
That thing's going to kill me.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is
I know
you got to be kind of hammered to ride it.
To it. Yeah. But
it might
No, I was also
hammered
trying to ride it. Did not help.
Maybe you were the wrong kind of hammered.
Possibly.
Anyway, Big Sexy.
Did you have the Jägermeister? Hey,
Big Sexy.
I gotta get to the store before they close.
He was
to get the
definitely a good guy.
I hope you're riding Heather up there in heaven.
And all the Jägermeister, man.
Yeah. All righty. Oh, Corey. Let's talk about Corey. Let's. So we did allude to the fact that you're bonus checkpoint coordinator / manager of the River West 24, which is coming up in about a week, a little over a week.
Yeah, it's
the last full weekend of July.
Yeah, it's really crunch time now.
Yeah.
9 days.
9 days. It's next Friday.
Week in 2 days.
It's a week from tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. It's on Tuesday, technically.
Unless I put this up on Wednesday, then it's 2 days from now. Yeah. So, tell us all about what you do for this extremely excellent event.
And then we're going to match it with what you said last year.
Okay.
Let's go.
We can do that. So the River West 24, most listeners are probably somewhat familiar with this event. 24-hour bike ride, but we want to get people off their bikes throughout the race, interact with your neighbors, looking, community orientated, things of that nature. And so we have 36 different bonuses where people are going to be doing all sorts of fun things, educational things, community-based things, etc.
Is that down from 48 last year?
48 was 2 years
ago.
Oh, okay. I was 48 was too much in my opinion.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
People love doing the bonuses,
given that
but
it's 24 hours, that's 2 an hour. That's nuts.
But I wanted people to get back to like riding their bikes, but they really do enjoy the bonuses.
Sure.
So we bumped it up from the 24 to 48, and then we found the happy medium.
Ratcheted it back just a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm excited to do it, and the bonuses are always a lot of fun, and hopefully they are as memorable to the riders as they are to me just organizing them.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Right on.
So yeah, we've got some really good ones set up for this
And
year.
we can't talk about any of them yet.
No.
They're a secret until the day of the event.
Correct.
Essentially.
Yeah, unless you talk to Mark Peterson, who's going to tell everybody who will listen what his bonus is. And I've been on his case for like 2 weeks.
Not our
about
buddy
that.
Mark Peterson in Utah, but a different Mark
that would
Peterson.
be
a different Mark Peterson.
That would be amazing.
Everybody has to call Mark Peterson in Utah on the phone in Ogden,
And ask
Utah,
him why.
and say, "Are you
From the bike
Are you
shop.
feeling
Through the
okay,
bike
Mark?
shop
Mark,
in
are you doing
Utah.
okay? Are you feeling all right?"
Well, I was made privy to the
It's a
tattoo
Tylenol,
location
just
this
so you know.
year, and I explained to him like, you can't tell people that.
That's
Yeah,
what.
right.
In
If
which
you
case
wouldn't
he
have taken it,
responded with,
it
"Well,
would.
you're the person that referred me to them." So I'm like, so I guess you already know.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Certain
Yeah.
pills are
We're not
imprinted with
telling anyone during this
334.
podcast.
Yeah, there's
That are a
always-
combination of acetaminophen and tramadol.
Okay.
That's another one of the 334s.
Oh well,
As
yes.
you're popping pills.
Popping
over
my
there.
Tylenol over here.
There's always like a bonus checkpoint whistleblower, I suppose. And somebody will let me know that, hey, they're putting on their Instagram exactly what's going to happen.
Sure.
And I have to reach out and be like, hey, can you just please take that down? 30 people saw it. I don't know how many of them are in the 24, but
Yeah. Or you just see the things of
You don't start it with,
of
"Hey,
soliciting. Soliciting.
no, I try to be a little bit more appreciative towards
Hey,
their
Dickface,
volunteering.
could you please remove that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like soliciting certain materials to make a bonus checkpoint work out without fully spilling beans about what the
We're going to need a
thing
kayak.
is. I mean, you probably
and,
just like, yeah, I mean, if you,
Right.
put the puzzle together if you wanted to.
Right.
I mean, I've noticed in my doom scrolling of the world on occasion going, hey, looking for this and
Doom
for
scroller.
blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know if you want to be putting that publicly.
I feel like we should probably just show our coasters.
Showsters.
So there was a lady at one point in the past who
Lady.
used to make these coasters. These are all street signs from River West. I used to live on Dousman Street. That's why I've got Dousman. But she was kind of clearing them out at, what was the event at the gig?
Gig Fest.
Gig Fest or something. Tony's got Locust.
Clever
Because we
name.
used to have a shop there. Michael's got Fratney because we're on Fratney right now. I don't know. We used to have a
Fun place to
we used to
ride.
have a 4-unit building on Hour and Booth. How's
That's
that?
right around the
Locust, I've
corner.
hung out there many a time.
Yep.
Running around the
But-
corner from Bill Hart's estate.
Yeah, down the block, couple 2 trees.
2-3
Wandering
houses.
into Gig Fest, I was like, what's going on here? Which was a River West crazy ass weekend. And they're like, they have this sign that says,
Everywhere there's a sign.
well, it's
Looking up the
Miller Lite,
scenery,
$4,
breaking my
and then like
mind.
8 other taps. And I'm like, how much are the other taps? And they're like, $4. I'm like,
Yeah, they had decent beer.
are you telling me I can get a lakefront IPA for $4?
Yeah, right on.
Pretty sure they told you that more than once.
They did.
Because you were astounded, is
I
what
had
you
a
were.
couple. That was a fun event. So was I finally got to see the back of Falcon Bowl, the speakeasy in the back of Falcon
Oh, that
Bowl.
place is great.
That is
It's
so
called
cool.
the Nest,
Yeah.
Tony. It's
The
called the
Nest.
Nest.
Okay.
Yeah. You should check it out during a show sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
been,
got
it's
to be
a
a
good
great
scene.
short show.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple shows in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good little scene back
I was
there.
actually surprised Tony had never been in there.
I'd never been in
Yeah.
there. 33 years in River West, and I've never been in there.
We used to hold meetings for the River West 24 back there, but we've kind of separated ourselves from that spot. I have no further details.
No, I'm going to take this beer right here.
There you do it.
Right
I
on.
keep asking them to let me hang their access point as a nerd
Yeah.
because I see the access point leaning sideways against the cash register. I'm like,
I brought it up last time.
That
I'm like,
does,
Tony,
like-
why is that not hung
that
properly
does
still?
no fucking good for people wanting Wi-Fi. I'm like, can I? And I message Russ.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I please hang this? I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Like, I just this is driving me. It's been 2 years that I've
Yeah.
been going there. I'm like, it's driving me nuts, man. As an IT guy, this is really annoying. Like, you don't have any idea how annoying this is. And finally, Russ met me for a beer at Gig Fest and stuff, so that was fun.
He met us at Falcon Bowl, and then we went to Gig
Yeah,
Fest.
yeah, we did.
How much were the beers at Gig Fest?
$4.
Yeah,
well done, son.
Speaking of places you've hung access points and you went in and took them out of Spike Brewing. Did you read what he's doing now? The founder of Spike Brewing. Have you read?
Yeah, his fire on the boat.
His fire on the boat. He's making fire pits for boats. Well, he's not making them being made in China.
Yeah, you're right. He's selling. But he's buying the stainless steel from China.
So like a solo
kind of
pit?
not a wood fire pit, but like a propane powered pit.
Oh no, it's wood fired, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The one I saw is wood fired.
If you would insulate a solo or whatever,
they may have more.
I have one of those I've only used twice.
Solos rule, but
the ones that they necessitate the airflow to make it smokeless, allegedly.
I'm going to explain
fire pits
how well this business is
with one picture.
Yeah,
Ben bought himself a Lamborghini. That's how good this business is.
Yeah. He's sold many thousands of them.
People are willing to put a wood fire on their boat.
Yeah. As long as you don't put
enough of them
as long as it's an electric
Lamborghini.
Unless an electric boat.
Yeah.
With all the batteries.
It
down so it'll sink.
There are not enough electric boats.
But then you'll have that fire to call for help when you swim to shore.
But
holding on to the fire pit. Is it buoyant?
When you're starting a fire 40 miles offshore.
Is the fire pit buoyant?
Roast some marshmallows.
So when you burn your
sounds like
when you burn your boat,
like
your little tug down, you burn the orca down.
The spike sign is for
you can
sale.
Swim back to shore on your fire pit.
Or I don't know if it's for sale. It's hanging there. I'm betting Steve grabs it.
I don't know who's the guy that buys every sign ever made in Milwaukee. He's the guy that takes all the old ghost signs.
He's going to need a crane to remove that damn thing. It's heavy. I helped light it.
That's a pretty good pivot. It's not as good as the Allbirds, Allbirds shoes that went. Then they're now an AI company somehow. They don't do shoes anymore. They're an AI company. Their stock's been going through the roof. It's crazy. I wish I would have known that. I didn't get the memo.
Is it the stock corner? Because I'm going to talk about Resolve, which I've made.
I have great resolve.
No, Tony.
Okay.
No, not yet.
No, where's a newspaper?
Let's talk about
donk him out of the nose.
We didn't talk, I don't think we talked last show about Wyatt closing down.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's sad.
Did we?
Yeah.
We did.
I think
very
we did.
briefly.
Let's talk about it again. Wyatt
a little bit. Yeah.
That's too bad.
I know, it's a shame. I mean,
this is a guy that made bikes in Wisconsin.
Pulled aluminum frame bikes. Impressive.
From
L.A.
scratch. Actually made them here and competed with the big boys on price and everything. And
after stuck around for a few years.
After 15 years, he said, it's just not really working.
It's more of a fight now than...
Killer bikes.
So guess what he's doing now?
Bikes.
Guess what he's doing now? Website shit.
I was going to say work for Trek.
He's doing website shit.
No, I work for Trek. They got to be. They broke my will.
Guess what has no inventory?
Website shit.
Yeah. Why do something that has a shit ton of inventory? See all this shit?
Greg.
See all this shit here?
Greg, why?
See all this shit here?
Or Sven?
It's all going. I'm going to have the link to my eBay thing. So now there's about 50, 60 things. There's going to be a couple hundred, 300, 500, 700 pretty soon because all this shit has to go. I don't know. And it has to go quickly.
A lot of shit, people.
If it goes slowly, all it does is pay for this place. If it goes quickly, then I can pay some bills off.
There you go.
So either send us money via Ko-Fi and I'll share it with the boys, or buy some shit and then they don't get none of that money. It's my money.
My money.
Legit.
Corey, we got to talk about another thing, and that is your YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I got through with when I finished grad school in January. I wanted to treat myself to a second Technics turntable, and
so now you have two.
So now I've got two turntables
and a microphone,
and no microphone.
Damn.
Outside of wiggle room, it's hard to find spots to spin records and whatever. And then when you can get in the wiggle room, which is an amazing spot.
So you can go in there as a DJ and do your thing.
Yeah. Okay. So it was just hard for, I did wiggle room one time and it was great. But like a Wednesday from 9 until 1 when you're a teacher isn't really, all that appealing. But so I got the second turntable and a mixer, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do like hour like sets and just start posting those on YouTube. And once there was a little bit of a following, I've started inviting friends over, and it's called City DJs. And every Monday there's a new set that comes out, and I'm trying to just do like all over the board. So I'm mostly into punk and power pop and ska and whatever. But we've had like
French Touch, dance club DJ sets.
Yeah, so
I'm looking at it. It is Cream City DJs on the YouTube. That's actually at Cream City DJs.
Are these Techniques turntables?
Technics, yeah. Yeah.
All 45s deep cuts, punk, hardcore, indie DJ set. Descendants, all DJs. Well, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here. Ska punk, blah, blah, blah. Ramones, nice.
Who?
Das Ramones.
R-O-M-A-N-E.
I believe there's a gentleman in the room you're trying to get to help out with that.
Yeah, we want to get JK on there with his former experience with working with 1021, and I know he's got a record collection, and he can certainly handle the task.
I'm hoping so. It's been a couple decades of rust built up.
We've been in touch, and it's for just playing records, one song, swoop, next song, back and forth. It's called Cream City DJs, where it's outside of basically like Queen Mabe came in and like did like a real like DJ set. I just play a song and then I play another song and then another song.
I know. I'm down.
No, and I'm not, especially with like punk stuff, I'm not trying to match beats per minute to to like flow one thing into another thing. Like it's just and I got a little bit of flack from somebody. And I told him that I would take that up at the next staff meeting. But
send him a picture of this.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like it's been really fun, and I think it's been getting for the most part.
Well, you got one extra subscriber today because I was not previously subscribed.
Oh well, thank you.
Hey, I pushed the button.
Yeah, so we're at like 116 or so.
Yep,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is it's pretty good for like 3 months.
Yeah. No, this is going to be, I have to, my last contact with you, I had begun going through my collection.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of thinking of the ease of, and then I dovetailed in my own brain of like, wow, I just turned into like John Cusack in High Fidelity going like, okay, best number one song, side one, just to minimize the problem of dropping the needle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so.
Yeah, do it.
I'm working my head around it. I found the 45s I have, which I sent you the picture of what I can't remember, like Clit Cops or whatever the hell it was.
2 weeks ago, Jeremy Prock was recently on your show. I had his son Merritt come in.
Right on.
And he did like a whole like a really great set of like with like Talking Heads but also mixed in like Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, I see him
and
there.
For the 24 sign up.
Yeah,
he was crushing a lot of heads, a lot of dub. I was I'm like, dude, right on.
It was the first time he'd ever done like just straight vinyl though. He's always done it like digitally.
Sure. Did you see Jerry Harrison at Summerfest?
I did not.
Well, did he? Because he should have. Jerry was great. It was a good show. All right, here's something interesting, Corey.
Yes.
Because I'm a YouTube guy and we got a couple thousand subscribers on the channel and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I have a thing that shows me about your channel, and a 9.4 times outlier is your Ramones DJ set. So you have like 1,200 views of that one.
Yeah.
So it's 9.4 times more than your average one.
Right.
Meaning, if you want to get more views, if that's a big deal, which it's probably not. I know this is probably not about views, but yes, it would suggest to do more Ramones.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to do that, so I did the Descendants / All, because that's kind of the same band, just different lead singers. Descendants are the bigger of the two, clearly. Mm-hmm. But so I did that, and how many views are on that?
Descendants
150,
113. No, it was only 3 weeks ago too.
Yeah. So, but I knew the Ramones one was like the cheat code.
Yeah.
Like I was like, well, so a couple of those where I had somebody lined up and then they flaked or something came up. They most likely they'll flaked.
Kill 'em?
And no, but that their time is coming. And and so I was like, well, I mean, I've got every Ramones album, and it's one of my favorite bands in the world.
Of course.
So
I got the
threw
I got
that
the,
together.
I got the Live in San Francisco one during Record Store Day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. How's that sound? Pretty good.
To be fair, have not. I bought so many records during that. I'm like still going through stuff. I'm like, Jesus, somebody's got a problem here.
Yeah.
Look at all the freaking speakers in the corner over there.
Someone's got a problem.
Someone got a goddamn problem here.
Problems,
I got a lot of
Greg.
goddamn problems.
There's worse problems to have.
You just brought
You
in
could
the
be on
Polly,
crack like
little
my neighbor.
Polly.
I am. They're speaker crack.
Every record store day has a Ramones release.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like demos or rarities or remastered or whatever live stuff. And so I got Leave Home as a remastered, or was it like Sun Studio sessions? So maybe it was like kind of demos. Either way, it sounds really good. But there's so much live Ramones stuff that's available, and the only stuff that I would ever really want to buy, because it's alive, and then that's really all you need. Anything that I could find if they put it out with Richie Ramone playing drums, that's what you want.
As a drummer, in case no one knows,
you
are a drummer.
He's the man.
So who's the main one? That's CCC, JC.
So no,
DD.
DD played bass, then CJ played bass.
Right.
Joey, Johnny, and then the drummers were Marky, Richie, and Tommy. Tommy was the original drummer, but he didn't even really want to play drums. He just wanted to produce.
I really liked how Johnny plays guitar. Mm-hmm. It just when he was almost past, and they did the like tribute show to him.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah,
and just how much he influenced so many people.
There is a Ramones tribute band that has CJ Ramone, but it also has Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, Tim Armstrong from Rancid.
Oh, I heard about that.
And Travis Barker from Blink-182 playing drums, and they're called the Cretin Family.
Yep.
They're playing.
That's awesome.
I want to say they're playing in the fucking cemetery where Joey and Johnny are buried.
Yes.
That sounds like a good.
Yes, I can corroborate. Yeah. I can corroborate
and,
your paraphrasing.
It's crazy
that same thing. Yes,
they're from New York. They're buried in California, whatever. But yeah, and so I would assume that they're probably just going to do the self-titled first album from start to finish. But it'd be rad as hell if they threw in just like the B-sides and whatever. The Ramones set that I did for the DJ thing, it does not have like Blitzkrieg Bob or
Sheena is a punk rocker,
right? It doesn't have like the quote unquote radio hits. Right. Pet Sematary would be the closest one.
Howling at the Moon,
one of the greatest songs ever written.
Na na na
Yeah.
na.
Yeah,
No. Oh, let's see if you get flagged on that one.
No, it's
I
not
had perfect
7
pitch
seconds long.
on that too.
Howling at the Moon or Bonzo Goes to Pittsburgh are probably, those are two of the greatest songs ever written.
So the second best band in the world, The Clash, and Strummerfest. Strummerfest is coming up September 12th.
I can't wait.
Yes, Strummerfest always comes around right on my birthday.
It's the second best
birthday weekend.
Fill me in on this. I'm unfamiliar.
Well, Strummerfest is a bunch of bands doing Clash
Covers.
and Joe Strummer stuff that's at Club Garibaldi, and it is a fundraiser for the Milwaukee Public School music program.
It was at the last 2 years. It was at Quarters once.
It's been other
around.
places, but they've got enough people that
It's
they can't
fucking great.
They can't do Quarters anymore.
Right. Yeah.
But like the Quills,
but
it's not like word for word. It's not cover. It's their version of that song. It's really cool.
that does seem
Gorilla
really cool.
Ghost. Their
that
stuff
was
is
very
Everybody's
interesting.
interpretation is
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
No matter
that
what.
rules.
Well worth
Even
the
shit
trip.
I've not, even bands I'm like, nah, I'm not the biggest fan,
But you're
I'm
killing
going
it.
to, that worked out nicely. You know,
What
good
day is
take.
that? I'm putting it in my calendar
It
right
is
now.
September 20th. No, wait. Nope. 12th.
12th.
September 20th is Chris's slow roll.
Because it comes around my birthday.
Yeah,
time.
September 12th. At
Between
Club
that
Guida
and
Bowling Day.
Polka Riot's going to be that same
Strummerfest.
weekend, probably
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's a good.
Yeah,
venue.
it's Scotty, drummer Scotty
Kallenberg.
He does the organizing and all that shit. Tischler's hardcore involved in it. Blah blah.
And what time does that normally start? At like
7ish.
7?
Oh,
6, 5, 4, 3, 8.
noon?
Noon. No.
Mid afternoon.
I'm pretty sure by September 12th we can figure it out.
Well,
Man,
no.
All right, well, I'll put it down for 2 o'clock.
Because
got 3 podcasts
I
until
think last year there were 9 bands maybe.
yeah, it's good.
And they're each and they
Yeah.
each only do
Probably like 3
Two or
songs.
songs.
2 to 4 songs.
Yeah.
Like Frogwater a couple years ago did a set, and they're Irish kind of
It was good.
violin and strummy guitar
Okay.
people, and it was like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I guess it is
It's
7.
a good. It's
I'm
a
sorry.
definite good-
7.
I'm sorry. It is 7 p.m.
Okay.
I really thought it'd be a little early.
So then is it
sorry.
is it all just Joe Strummer written
Or
songs?
Clash,
or
Clash,
they'll fill
Clash
in.
adjacent.
so there's like Mick Jones songs.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. It's not that damn,
Regimented.
fully. Yeah.
And I
Because
think
Mick Jones was the better songwriter.
I'm not
Which
sure.
was funny, too, because I can't remember which outfit it was that was performing. It was, and some of the outfits at times are just people from other bands together,
Sure.
and they just throw a name to it going,
Oh, of course.
kind of like All Messed Up.
yeah.
In a way.
Very
If,
much so.
But they did Spanish Bombs
Nice.
sung in French.
Oh, that's
And
very
I was
cool.
like,
oui.
this is... Yes, well
Yeah.
done. Well fucking done, man. That was... and, I mean, it just took the spirit. Just
Yep. That
There was
definitely
Spanish bombs on the French today.
Yeah, they bombed.
Oh, nicely played. I
Oh, they
know.
had their ass
Yes, they did.
They would
actually.
have had one more.
2-0, and it was almost 3-0. Lamine Yamal.
Espana.
Yeah.
So
We're a bunch of
Good on Roja.
we're
So the
cheese-eating
year
surrender
beat
monkeys, I
Les
tell
Bleus.
you.
the year was 2000, and I was in Paris.
Do tell.
Hilton?
This will be
And-
the last story from you today.
Was it Paris
or
Hilton?
from anybody here.
And
on the show.
Molly and I had a very delicious dinner while they were watching the Cup.
Was it hosted
not
in
the cup.
France then?
No, it was not actually.
Okay.
And we ended up going back to our hotel room and not being sportsy people went to sleep, and suddenly the city erupted. And Molly's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure France just won the World Cup."
In
Ta-da.
Did you go party?
In 2000?
Well, do you remember when the Packers won the Super Bowl? and
Do
they were
I
like-
remember?
Well, you probably do.
I know.
People
Dude,
were walking
you don't
down
even
the
you don't
street
even
like-
have any Packers
Read the room
paraphernalia.
there.
People were
do.
walking down the street
Oh, there you go.
banging on pans and stuff. I'm like,
And
it
the
was the exact same thing,
Yeah.
but in Paris. And I'm like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
city is on fire. To answer your question directly, no, I went back to bed.
Oh, you freaking Stein.
I don't do sports. We've been through this.
All right. I don't think we missed anything today. Corey, you got anything else you want to leave us with? We got the DJ. I got the link on here too.
Yeah,
Corey's
throw the
Cream
link up
City
there. That'd be
DJ
great.
shit.
Let's see. Robots are playing at Classic Slice.
Oh, shit.
On,
In the Bayviews.
the pizza,
the
pizza joint.
The pizza joint, and we've done it before. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's
And good
on
pizza.
August 7th. That's a Friday night.
Right
and
on.
then the next day, there's this place in Greenfield called the Peeb Cave. It's some house that had shows for like 3 years.
Oh, fair enough.
Kind of like
3,
a heap
4
house,
years.
sort of an idea.
Yeah, but way cleaner and nicer and whatever.
No dead rats around there.
Yeah, and we're playing this like festival, and like Billy Dreamer
Right
is
on.
playing, and we're playing on that Saturday. So
It's quite a full
yeah.
summer. Quite a full summer.
Yeah, my summer's just been
And then back to school,
fucking
bitch.
bonkers. Yeah, basically, I did catch 52, and I'm gonna by the end of it 54 World Cup matches though.
Nice.
That's
I've seen
out of
none.
100. That's
I
like
know.
that's basically half.
I'm watching for the two of us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's about half of the matches.
Yeah, yeah. There's like I think it was either 104, 108,
Yeah, somewhere in there.
something like that. So
I've seen like 2, 3. couple of 2 trees.
The USC's out, right?
Yeah, USC's
so.
been out for a minute.
Yeah, well, thanks to our fucking glorious president, he fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And karma came back to kick him right in the
He's got
balls.
a really tiny penis. Did you hear that?
Mushroom.
I don't even know if I kicked it. He can find it.
Belgium absolutely used that as billboard material.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just took it to
I want
them.
to see them do the dance.
Yeah,
That was so
that
good.
was funny.
it was good.
Yes.
And on that note, hey, everybody. Thanks, Corey, for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me
I hope
back.
we didn't disappoint you with our banter and your...
No, we're good.
Yeah, there's Tony over there. He's going to probably want a beer next door, I bet.
Damn. Skip
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
He's got to get over there for the first pitch of the
He's a
All-Star
clown.
game.
Oh yeah. I've got on
shit.
my
I
Yahoo
missed the home
Fantasy
run derby
Sports. I
yesterday,
have
too.
the daily draw. Who throws out the first song?
Tony, you like National League or American League tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go out this, too, because I still don't have anything programmed in here.
Oh, my ears.